Hi everyone, Lee Magpie here, and today I've got something Pokemon related, and I've got some battle feature figures to show you, and I've got the deluxe. These are the deluxe action, and these are from Pokemon, and this is Series 4, and I've got Arcanine here, and I've got Pangoro here. I'm going to start doing like a Pokemon series, as there's a few of Series 3 I want to review as well. But these ones are brand new out, and the Series 4, and there is the typing of the Pokemon there. And this one is the typing there, which is Fighting and Dark. And I absolutely loved these when I very first saw them in pictures, and I got them from Smyths for £10. So I will link them in the description box down below, and I've got a few more Pokemon things to review. So if you love Pokemon stuff, like and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, the packaging's the same as always, with this red and white to represent Pokemon balls. It's got this wishy-washy of water. It's got a really cool picture of Arcanine there on the front. And then it says it's a battle feature figure there. And then we've got the Pangoro, and it says battle feature there with his name. And yeah, and then it shows you a cool picture of him here, which looks really menacing and cool. And then he's got like an action fist punching thing. I don't know what it is until I get it out the packaging. And then on the back of the box, it just shows you some other available figures. I am going to get Snorlax, as I'm not really keen on the figure itself, but I have done a review on Scizor in the past with Aerodactyl, and then the same is on there. They all come with some checklists as well, and I've done quite a lot of Pokemon stuff on my channel. I used to collect the Tommy figures, and now these ones are the newish brand. And this is Series 4, so without further ado, I'm going to get these two out of the packaging, and if you like the review, I will link them in the description box down below. I'm very excited to open up Akanan, as it's one of my favourite Pokemon, and I will have some other Pokemon stuff up, and other toy related stuff coming up soon as well. So please like and subscribe to my channel. But without further ado, I'm going to get these two out of the packaging. Everyone, I've got Pangoro out of the packaging and Arcanine, but I'm going to show you Pangoro first. And this is the checklist. I've got Umbreon and Espeon to do a review on as well. I actually got the old Tommy ones of these, and I absolutely loved them, so I wanted to check these ones out. I've done a review on Venusaur. It is such an amazing figure, I love it. And these are just some of the other available figures. I'm not a big fan of collecting like the smaller figures. I like more the action feature ones or articulated ones. Lucario looks really cool, but I have a feeling he hasn't got articulated legs, and I like my figures to be a little bit articulated, or if they're on all fours, I like them, so you don't really need to articulate them that much. But yeah, really cool checklist, and I have some other Pokemon stuff from Series 3 to review as well. So let's get down to the review. So I've got Pangoro here, and he looks really cool. My overall thoughts is he looks like a really nice figure. I always thought that these would be a little bit bigger than, like in game or like anime, they look really big, but he's quite a small figure. And if I was to get like the Ash figure, Ash would be about up to there. So I think that Pangoro should be actually bigger. Arcanine, I feel the same as well, as in the old anime. You see Ash riding an Arcanine, but other than that, they look absolutely awesome, and I'll show you them both up close. So first, this is Pangoro, and this is his face up close. It's really nicely painted. There's no paint smears at all. They've sculpted him really nice, and they've got his likeness done literally like the actual anime itself and the game. He's got some nice little a nice little quiff on the back of his head, and he looks really good on side angle. He is a little bit articulated, but I'll get down to that in a sec. I love his little leaf in his mouth, his little bamboo stick in his mouth, and he's got a right cheeky grin as well. There's some detail of his teeth, and his eyes are pitch black. And then he's got some really nice sculpting around the belly with this like fair look and fair texturing on the belly and around his mane. Looks really nice. He's got no articulation in his head, but he has got a swivel in his body, which I'll show you that in a minute. And then these are his feet, really nicely sculpted as well, with a little bit of that fair detailing at the bottom. And then the bottom of the feet, they've even painted that. There's a little hair there. They've even painted them. And it says Series 4 on the bottom of the foot. Then on the back, they've got this like, he's got this like flexible, like rubbery, soft material, which is strong, but it could tear if you tried like playing with them rough. But it is really flexible, and I don't think it would. But yeah, looks really nice. It's really flexible, and it's nicely moulded around the body like a coat. And yeah, overall I just think he looks really cool. He's got some articulation in his hands. These are his fists with some fair detail, fair sculpting around the fist there. There's no swivel in the fist or anything like that, which would have been nice. And this is why I've had an up and down relationship since Tommy has been took over by this company. These are a tiny bit lackluster. Sometimes they feel like a good weight and good strong plastic, and sometimes I'm not to sound horrible, but they sound feel a bit like I hate saying this, like a McDonald's toy. But this one feels really nice, and for £10 I do think it's worth it, but I also think that these could get away with being like £7. If you can hear a little noise in the background, I've got two little puppies and they're chewing on the toys. But yeah, this is the articulation in the arm. So it's got a swivel in the arm. It's got like a ball joint where it can move round, and it can move its arm up and down like that. Same goes for this side, and a swivel in the arm. And then if you twist the body like this, it will throw like a punching action. So that's what the action was, what I couldn't work out at the beginning of the video when I was showing you the packaging. So it can do like a punching action, which is really cool. And you can articulate the arms however you want. They don't really stay up, but if you've got a different one to me, then the joints might be a bit tougher, but are a bit like flimsy-ish. Really, they're still strong, but they're just like a bit floppy-ish. So if you wanted to pose him like that, you'd have to put something here to make his arms stay up like that. He's got some nice painted claws, I've just realised here, in his clenched fist. Same goes on that side. And that is pretty much for articulation. There's no swivel in the foot to make him walk. A bit like the Blastoise one. I thought that this would be the same, but it's not. And the way they've connected the legs here, I thought that it looked like it would have a swivel, but it doesn't. But I'm not mad at it. You can still make him look like he kind of walks across the floor if you want to use him for playing purposes, and you can pose him in different ways. And he's got a cool action feature as well. So yeah, there isn't much more I can say. I think overall his sculpt, the likeness, the articulation. If I was to give the articulation a 10 out of 10, I'd give it an 8. If I was to give the sculpt a 10 out of 10, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. If I was to give it scale size out of 10, I'd give it an 8. I wish it was just a tiny bit bigger, at least like here. And yeah, that's all I can say. The colours are perfect as well. So yeah, that's Pangoro. I'm going to now get on to showing you Arcanine. So this is Akanan, and he looks absolutely awesome. Like I said with Pangoro, I wish he was just a little bit bigger. Like I said as well, in the anime, is actually Ash is riding him on his back, and he looks really big, but he still looks really cool overall as a figure. He has this little accessory which you insert in the mouth like that, and getting ready, 1, 2, 3, fire! And you press this little button on the back. The action feature, I'm not really feeling it. That looks a bit like lackluster. They could have done a lot more with that, made the flame a little bit bigger. So it has its downfall. I just think that looks a little bit pointless, but it's a cool little action feature if they did the flame a bit bigger. And yeah, it's got a good firing on it, as you saw when I fired it, but that looks a bit boring. They could have added a little bit more to the action feature in that sense. But Arcanine overall on the figure, he looks so cool. They've got the likeness done really well. I've got some little odd paint smears on the leg here, as you can see there, and a little bit around this bit. But other than that, he's done really well. I think he looks awesome. There's his face sculpt up close. There's the hole in his mouth, which is painted in this nice pink colour, for the fire stick to go in, and then obviously it shoots out. And they've done his eyes really nice. There's no misprints on his eyes. He's got a little bit of a smear on his face there. And he's got a really nice moulded and sculpted mane, which is really nicely done. The top of his head is really nicely sculpted as well, with some nice texturing of, like, they've done it the best they can for making it look like fur, and the colour is perfect, and the stripes are really nicely done as well. Very zigzaggy-ish, and some nice fur detailing going around the leg as well. There isn't much more I can really say. I think they've done it really nice. And the underneath of the belly is painted in this nice black colour, and they've also painted the bottom of the feet as well. And what I like about this figure is the legs are articulated, so you can move his leg that far back, that far forward, that far back, and that far forward. Each leg is sculpted a little bit different. I think the back legs are the same, but the front legs are different. This one's a little bit more on an angle, but you can move that forward leg that far forward, and they're restricted to go really far back. But like I said, I like figures what are on the all fours, because you can make them go like that. You don't have to actually move the legs individually for play purposes. But you can pose them in different ways as well. Not loads, but you can. I don't know if you could put him maybe on his hind legs. You could balance him right, maybe. Or put him on like a stand. So I think he's good for display purposes and play purposes, and even if you want photography. And then this leg is a lot straighter, and that goes that far forward, and it can actually go a little bit further back. And there is the button again, and there's the back of the head. It's really nicely sculpted, the fur. I love the tail as well. It looks like it's added an extra piece, if you can see here, so that might bother some people, but it doesn't really bother me. And yeah, looks really cool. And this is both of them standing side by side. They look really cool. I was going to do some size comparisons with some other Pokemon figures, but I think you'd get the rough idea if you are a big collector and like this company. But my pros and cons I've got is with Akanan, just a little bit bigger, and they could have made the action feature just accessory a little bit like better and flame like. If you're going to waste plastic, you might as well waste it by making it look a bit better than this. The actual condition of the figure, like it feels not cheap, it feels quite weighty, and this is also £10 as well. And I do feel like this could be about £7, but without quality, it does feel, I think it could get away with being £10 as well. And yeah, so my overall thoughts on the paint scheme, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Odd blemishes, but they're not bothering me too much. And articulation, perfectly fine. Size, I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. I wish it was just a little bit taller as well, about there. Would be nice. And the action feature could be just a little bit better. And then with Pangoro is the sculpt is brilliant. Same with Akanan. The action feature is cool. A little bit more articulation and a little bit more taller. But other than that, I'm really happy with these figures, and they are very well recommended if you are a Pokemon fan. And that is it for this review. I'm hoping it's short and sweet because I haven't edited it yet. But hope you like this review. Like and subscribe to my channel for more toy related stuff, because I have got some more toy related stuff coming up. And if you love Pokemon stuff, I have more Pokemon stuff coming up as well. So like and subscribe to my channel. I do a big mixed range of toys on my channel. So one more time, subscribe. I'll link them in the description box down below. And these are much more I can say. So see you on the next one, guys. Bye.